Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's card's going to be using a Spellbinder die that I have wanted for a long time, and they actually have a Trucking Through the Seasons, which is like the back of a truck, which I'd adore. So if Spellbinders, if you are by some chance watching my video, which is shocking if you are, but thank you. I'd love to be able to buy that, but that's a die of the month. Whereas they have this one called Sunday Drive, which is like I guess like a little convertible kind of thing. And it's the cutest thing because the boot opens so you can have things sticking out of the boot. And there's all these pieces to create your car. Now, I didn't have any shiny cardstock, so like mirror cardstock kind of thing, and I think I actually stuck my bumper up the wrong way around here. So I've used some grey cardstock, and I'm making a wedding card. Now, normally I don't make wedding, baby, sympathy cards. Wedding and engagement, I don't know why I don't do that for you guys. The babies and sympathy, I kind of have personal reasons why I don't make a lot of those, but I will every now and again try and do that for you guys, because I know it's, especially sympathy, it's never an easy thing to make a card of. But for this is a wedding card specifically, and I love this die set. There's a couple of add-ons, so if you want to see the videos relating to that, keep watching this week. This week's Halloween and Christmas one is going to be a awesome one. I'm really chuffed with how those two turned out, so keep watching for that. Now, there are a lot of pieces in this, and this was the first time I was putting together, so you'll see me blups on a couple of things, and yeah. it's a bit of a learning curve, just to try and get all the pieces put together in the right order. You'll see that more so on the Halloween and the Christmas ones that we do, but these specifically, this one, it wasn't too bad. It's just a case of getting all the order of things in the right order. So if you're quick enough with your wet adhesive, you can kind of maneuver things around a bit. I wasn't on one of these bits, and you'll see that in a minute, where I tried to pry up the windscreen just so that I can actually get underneath it to put the side mirrors. Is that what they're called? I don't know anything about cars, guys. So I'm just getting the steering wheel, can't talk, in now. And isn't it just the cutest thing? Now, when you cut out the windshield, the piece that actually die cuts out of the center, you could actually die cut it again and then do that in, say, a vellum or something like that, or even an acetate, so that it's got that shininess that a window would have, or a windscreen would have. That little thing there on the back, I can't work out where it goes, so I left it off in the end. I actually landed up leaving it off all three cards because I cannot work out where it goes. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch some of these videos again of what you guys have done for us. But here's where I'm trying to pry up the glue and the windshield so that I can get my mirrors in. Probably should have thought of that beforehand. So like I say, there's a few bits that you need to think about before you, or as you're building it, things that are going to be behind something else. Just try and think ahead of that. But other than that, it makes the most adorable back of a convertible. I'm going to say it's a convertible. It must be a convertible. I don't know. I really don't know anything about cars. So I'm just getting all these little pieces, and like I say, there's a ton of little pieces that go with this. For the tail lights, you can also, there's obviously a little piece that cuts out the middle of that, and I didn't, but you could also cut that out again and actually use it in a different color. So you could have maybe red or shiny red cardstock, or even glittery cardstock, it's your card, and put that on there. But I wanted to keep the colors kind of soft, and I love how like a soft lilac-y color and a pale yellow, and even a pale green, how they work together, especially for something like a wedding. I think it's a lovely combination of color. So there's also these little foliage pieces that go on the back of the car, sorry, and also all these little tiny flowers. So for me, these look like little tiny daisy type flowers, but honestly, and this is going to make you laugh, well, hopefully it'll make you laugh, made me laugh at the time, when I go to put the stencils on, I kind of feel like they look like fried eggs. So yeah, they look like fried eggs to me, and that's actually what I was thinking when I was doing this, so I thought I'd mention that. But they are really, really cute little flowers on the back of the car. And look, this is, for me, this is one of the best bits about this, is the license plate. The license plate has a greeting on it, or a, you know, a sentiment on it, and this one of course says Hitched, because it's the wedding version. And I believe Spellbinders are also going to bring out more add-ons as they go with this, but this is one of the first ones. When you buy the Sunday Drive die set, it actually is made for a birthday card. So you'll have the license plate will say birthday, and then there's some balloons and letters to cut out, happy. So you've got like happy in the balloons, and then birthday on the back of the car. So super, super cute. So I also used the love sign and the hearts are from a lawn fawn die set. They come from one each of the landscape and the portrait stitched hillside backdrop. I'm sure that's what it's called. And I just took I cut out two of the love, so that it just gave a little bit of dimension without trying to stick foam on the back. Whenever you want to add dimension, but you don't want to have to spend time cutting teeny tiny little pieces of foam, which honestly I can't even hold because I've got sausage fingers, just cut extra pieces just cut it out more than once and layer it up and glue that together, and it'll give you the dimension without the hassle of trying to use cut a tiny piece of foam. The other thing I did was, because I used a lot of wet adhesive for this, because it was the easiest thing for me to do, I use a adhesive eraser, I can't talk today, and that, if you do not have one, seriously get yourself one. It saves the day sometimes. And the whole thing is on I think it's called an outside in, that's it, outside in stitched rectangle from Lawn Fawn as well. And it was just the right size, and I put white on white because I thought that's very classic for a wedding card. And again, it keeps the softness of the lilacs and the yellows and the greens. I know there's black in there, but I feel like it still works really, really well. Now, there's a funny story with these, right? So normal people, and this is kind of funny, normal people will go wedding card. Those are the tins coming off the back that hang off the back, you know, like if you were, oh my God, if you got married in the 80s and 90s and that sort of era, or even before then, you had tins rattling at the back of your car. We even had them. But no, my husband saw this card afterwards and decided that they looked like mice, computer mice. Seriously, we were in hysterics about this. He thought that my little tins looked like computer mice, and I kind of get it. When you see it put together here in a second, I kind of get why he thought that, but in my head I'm going, but the whole card is a wedding card, so why would you even think computer mouse? But anyway, so and yes, on the tins, I could have, if I had some shiny sort of like mirror cardstock, I could have done half of them in the grey and then half in the shiny silvery kind of colour, and that maybe would have made them stand out a little bit more, or maybe a bit better, or maybe for men he would have seen it in the way it was meant to be seen. But anyway, so that was a funny thing. That was quite funny at the time. Anyway, moving on. So I've got these little hearts again. These were the other from the, I can't remember, I think it's the landscape stitched hillside border backdrop from Lawn Fawn, and I just cut 3 out. 3 is a magic number, and so I usually cut out things in 3s, and then if I don't need them, I don't need them. And I actually think that works really well. It sort of finished the top half of the card, because otherwise you've got the car at the bottom and, you know, quite a bit going on there, but you need something else at the top. I decided that I wouldn't add any other sentiments either, so no stamping, just all die cuts. and I think it turned out really, really nicely. I also added some glossy accents to the inside of the tail lights and also to the little centers of the daisies stroke fried eggs, and I then tried to use one of my Nouveau drops in White Blizzard, which I adore. I just felt like it needed something else at the top. There was just a little bit too much extra space there, considering how much was going on at the bottom. And my White Blizzard and I had a bit of an accident after I made this card, on a different project, so we'll get to that at some point, I'm sure. So I went with I'm sure, let me have a look, I think it's called Periwinkle or something. Let me just check for you. It is called, yeah, Pale Periwinkle, and it's a Nouveau drop as well, and it's kind of like it's see-through, but it's got a hint of color on it, and it's a purple, so it works so well with this, and it just finished that off. Now, isn't it weird that, you know, I can't seem to put little doodads on my card, but Nouveau drops just go where they're supposed to. It's essentially the same thing. So don't ask me why that works, but it turned out really nice, and I was really, really chuffed with it. And I think just a spot of pink ties the whole thing in as well. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that you give the Spellbinders Sunday Drive a go. It's a beautiful die set, and it's really fun to work with. Don't get scared by all the pieces, just go for it. So I hope you like this, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.